Dear 7th Standard LMD, this is Janet. We are learning about heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now we are going to learn about symbiotic plants. Did you know that organisms can live and work together? Sometimes these relationships can be very helpful to both. When two different kinds of organisms live together in a helpful way, we call it symbiosis. Symbiosis is a Greek word that means living together. There is a plant called blue-green algae which lives inside a fungus. Algae is plural, alga is singular. Like that, fungus is singular, fungi is plural. The algae can make food by photosynthesis, the fungus cannot. So the fungus benefits because of the algae in this way. The fungus provides protection to the algae and gathers moisture and nutrients from the environment. The fungus provides these things to the plant too. This fungus-algae combination is called a lichen. So both the fungus and the algae are benefiting from each other, that is symbiosis. See here, the two organisms are sharing the nutrients and shelter and mutually helping each other. Their association is called symbiosis and this relationship is called symbiotic relationship. And these organisms are called symbionts. In this lichens, an alga and fungus live together and derive nutrients from each other. The alga, being autotrophic, makes food for both by photosynthesis, where the fungus provides shelter, water and minerals and helps the alga to grow in harsh conditions. You know that there are some bacteria that live in the swollen nodules on the roots of some plants. These bacteria fix nitrogen from the air into the soil so that the plants can absorb it. So plants benefit from this bacteria. The plant provides the carbohydrates that it synthesizes to the bacteria as food, which lets it stay alive. So the plant benefits from the bacteria and the bacteria benefits from the plant. Again, this is symbiosis. Roots of leguminous plants like gram, beans, peas, etc. contain nodules having rhizobium bacteria. These bacteria convert atmospheric nitrogen into usable forms of nitrates like ammonia, which are used by the plants. Rhizobium depends on the nutrients from the plants for their growth. Thus, the leguminous plants and rhizobium have a symbiotic relationship. Today we are going to learn the last topic of chapter Nutrition in Plants. The topic is replenishment of nutrients in the soil. What is the meaning of replenishment? Replenishment means to fill up again. Let me explain you with a simple example. Suppose if you are having a jug full of water and you are often drinking water from that, what will happen? Within 3 to 4 hours, that jug will get empty because you haven't added water to it. So, for the further drinking purpose, you have to add water to the jug. In the same way, plants are also absorbing minerals and nutrients from the soil. If you are again planting seed or growing plants in the same soil, what happens? The amount of nutrients in the soil will keep on declining. That means the amount of nutrient decreases, so that the fertility of the soil decrease, which result in the fall of crop yield. So, how to replenish the nutrients in the soil? This can be done by following 3 methods. The first method is by using manures. Manures are plant and animal waste which are the source of plant nutrients used in the fields. You could have seen farmers adding cow dung to their fields to increase the fertility of the soil. And the second method is by using fertilizers. These fertilizers are chemical substances like urea, ammonium nitrate added to the field to increase the soil fertility. These fertilizers provide nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium to the plants and enhances the plant growth. And the third method is by crop rotation. It is the practice of growing cereal crop alternately to the leguminous plants. Generally, crops require a lot of nitrogen to make proteins. After the harvest, the soil becomes deficient in nitrogen. The nitrogen gas is available abundantly in the air, but the plants cannot use it. They need nitrogen in a soluble form. The bacterium called Rhizobium can take atmospheric nitrogen and convert it into a soluble form. But Rhizobium cannot make its own food. So it lives in the roots of leguminous plants like peas, mung, beans, etc. and provides them nitrogen. In return, the plants provide food and shelter to the bacteria. This is called a symbiotic relationship. We have already learned this in our last video, right? This symbiotic relationship helps the farmers. They need not to add fertilizers to the soil in which leguminous plants are grown. So the farmers grow leguminous plants alternatively with other crops to restore the nitrogen content in the soil. So that in this chapter we have studied that most of the plants are autotrophs. They prepare their own food. However, few plants adopt heterotrophic mode of nutrition like parasitic, saprophytic, symbiotic and insectivorous as they derive nutrients from other organisms. Then finally we have learned now about replenishment of nutrients in the soil. That's all, the chapter is over. Thank you.